So recently I've been looking at a lot of the things that have been going on within the industry. Not very happy. I'm not happy about it one bit. Want to know why I'm not happy about it one bit? For starters, E3 was terrible this year. I hated E3. It was god-awful. It put me to sleep. It was literally like watching, or excuse me, having a horse tranquilizer be applied to my face repeatedly. Every single E3 press conference was horrendous to watch. It was so horrendous that I thought to myself that E3 is never going to recover. E3 is never going to be the same thing. And I didn't cry. I'm a man, I don't cry. I never cry. But man, did E3 this year make me want to cry. But around E3, there is a whole bunch of things that didn't really make a lot of sense to me. A lot of things that are now starting to come to light. And yes, it is the politics in gaming. One of the most, least interesting things I've ever heard of in my entire life. Let's talk about the politics in gaming. I don't know if you've been a long-time viewer. If you are a long-time viewer, thank you for watching. If you aren't a long-time viewer, let me introduce myself. I am 24. This is my YouTube channel. I do break down video gameplay, and I talk about games and all that. I'm a gaming YouTuber, essentially. That's the summarization of this channel. But on this channel, when I first started off a couple of years ago, I actually was covering everything that everybody covers. It's the traditional, oh, let's cover IGN reviews. Let's talk about how bad IGN reviews are, because that's what everybody complains about, and everyone knows that IGN reviews are terrible, but let's also create 8 to 20 videos talking about how terrible IGN reviews are.
Unlike its predecessor, The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt doesn't exactly come screaming off the starting line.
It's time to stop!
That was my channel, originally. And then it was, oh, let's cover microtransactions and cover how bad microtransactions are within the gaming industry because they're horrible ways to monetize video games. I also did stuff like that. And I also had highlights of Overwatch and stuff again, I was a very, very traditional gaming YouTuber. I'm trying to spread out and away from that. I stopped covering all of those topics because they bored me. None of them had any real weight or impact to the gaming if I just ignored them. If I ignored, for instance, the IGN reviews saying that, oh my god, The Witcher 3 is a 9 out of 10 on IGN, if I just was like, no, that's bullshit, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch the reviews anymore.
Perfect.
I haven't watched an IGN review in months, and the only reason that I do watch an IGN review every once in a while is to see if there's new gameplay that hasn't already been released, which obviously there is, to a game that I want to make a video about. Because I don't have a bunch of money to spend on video games, so I work with what I've been given, essentially. The same thing goes with the microtransaction concepts. I don't talk about microtransactions anymore because it's such a beaten to death topic. Yes, microtransactions are very, very bad. Loot boxes in gaming are extremely predatory. EA does not have, see, I'm not gonna get mad over, for instance, whoever it was, the CEO, the CFO, the big shot at EA saying something as stupid as, oh, microtransactions are surprise mechanics. It's I'm not gonna get mad over it because they're stupid and they're trying to generate outrage and they're trying to cover their ass. All I'm going to do is say, well, that's stupid, and move on and try and talk about video games because that's what I'm passionate about. I'm not passionate about talking about microtransactions and loot boxes and IGN reviews. I want to talk about the gaming industry, gameplay, what's new, what's going to come out. I like to try and keep it positive. I want this channel to be all about gaming. I don't want it to be about the politics of gaming. Even though Hot Take Tuesday is somewhat going to address some of those issues, I want this channel to be all about the gaming industry, talking about stuff that I'm passionate about. And I'm not passionate about politics in gaming. And we see that with just the clickbaiting, outrage, tennis match, pong match that has been going on for the past couple of weeks with gamers and articles and journalists and publishers. It's just been, for instance, the journalists say something stupid like, oh my god, how a girl with a huge schlong in Cyberpunk 2077 is controversial. They flick it over to the gamers. The gamers are like, that's stupid, here's why it's stupid. They flick it back. The outraged journalists double down. They flick it back again. Then we flick it back and we say it's outrageous, and it's an ongoing cycle. Instead of just kneeing the racket and throwing it at the journalists and saying, I'm not playing this stupid game ever again, you play into their hands and you waste a shit ton of time. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since E3 happened, and we're still talking about the girl with the big shalong in the Cyberpunk 2077 advertisement. Keep in mind, an advertisement in a video game that was advertising the video game. How stupid is that to get outraged over? Then the mind-blowing thing is that same advertisement was seen, well, not even seen, but it was in the original Cyberpunk 2077, 40 minutes of gameplay. You heard crickets. They're just trying to gain clicks. The worst thing is that I've seen my fellow peers. I know, I only have 30 subscribers. I'm a little fish in a huge ocean that's surrounded by a lot of whales. But I look at my peers. I look at some of the YouTubers that I look up to that I really, really enjoy some of their content, and I'm like, oh, their entire channel is now talking about politics and gaming. I couldn't care less about microtransactions and all of these other topics. I couldn't care less about Anthem. Oh my god, what a surprise. Anthem is a train wreck 4 months later. Oh my god, what a surprise. BioWare didn't keep their promise. Oh my god, what a surprise. There's a gang in Cyberpunk 2077 called The Animals that has black members in it, and journalists are getting outraged because that's racist, even though that the leader of the gang is a white lady who goes by the name Sasquatch. And it just goes on, and you can dig that rabbit hole yourself. You can go down it, and I'm just exhausted. And I don't want to talk about this crap. I want to talk about Cyberpunk 2077. I want to talk about all the games that came out at E3, that had gameplay at E3, that I'm really, really excited to look at. I'm really, really excited to look at the new Dragon Ball Z game, the new action RPG starring Goku and his adventures throughout the entire Dragon Ball Z series. I'm very, very excited to talk about that game. But no, here we are talking about a girl with a big shalong, which, by the way, if you haven't learned by the tone of my voice, I don't really care if she has a big shalong or not. But the issue is that this was made into a bigger deal than it was, and now the basic coverage is just blowing this up to epic proportions. And I'm sick of it. And I decide, and I've been waiting for this to blow over so that way I can interject my opinion and then peel out, but it doesn't seem like it's going to stop. It seems like there's some new piece of information, there's something new every single day. Anita Sarkeesian tried to get in on it. I clicked on her link to donate to her page, to donate to her channel, because I wanted to see how good she's doing on her channel, what the donates are about, whatever. I got a fraudulent alert on my computer when I pressed on her article. They're just trying to get views. They're just trying to get clicks, baby. That's what it is. Cash rules everything around me. This was supposed to be a separate topic. I talked a little bit about the politics of gaming. This is kind of under that same umbrella. But I'm kind of sick and tired of developers releasing gameplay at E3 behind closed doors to have articles being written about them and not having the consumers make their own decision about them. And it's ridiculous because you have so many jaded and just like polarizing viewpoints, and either it's just because they can and they just want to hate on the game because they want to, or it's because they say some stupid stuff like this where it's like, you know what, the 30-minute gameplay trailer is better than the hour-long gameplay trailer, and we shouldn't like the 30-minute gameplay trailer because the 50-minute gameplay trailer is way too long and it's way too complicated and we shouldn't like it. You know, stuff like that that's being said in the media, and I'm just like, this would all blow over. A lot of the issues with this would just blow over if CD Projekt Red would just release the gameplay. I know that's kind of like an asshole thing to say and do, like, you know, just release the gameplay. Everyone wants to see but it's like, it would definitely help out with some of the issues with the inaccuracies in some of the reporting coming out of CD Projekt Red's newest, greatest game, Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm just kind of sick of it. So that's this video. This has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. A little bit of a pun intended. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so on my backlog of just content. It's huge, it's long, it's very, very large, like that girl's huge shalong. But I got to get crack-a-lacking on it. I got to get to work. I'll try and get it done and out hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and I'll hopefully get back on track within then. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.